Dale. Hello everybody, welcome back to our part 3 of our pasta machine AFX 90 training video. So in the first video we showed you how to put it together. In the second video we showed you how to operate it. This third video we're going to show you how to properly clean and take apart the machine without damaging it. Alright Johnny, so let me clean my lens. Alright, so as you can see, we've made a whole bunch of pasta, all fresh from the day, whatever. So we want to focus on this machine. This is the most important thing. So the first thing I like to do when I'm cleaning the machine, we turn it off. Turn off the machine. Since we're not using the machine, we don't need it to be on. We can just turn it off. Then we start by taking this piece off. Some screws, and of course we remember the plug slides right off. Boom. Then we take our handy dandy wrench that goes in the same spot every single time, so we never lose it. Go ahead and take that piece off. Oh, you know what, we forgot to actually it's empty, so it should be fine. So a little couple taparoos with the hammer, boop, 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 that's it. We might need to turn it back on to mix it, because I did forget to mix it. See if it comes off. Probably not. So that's what happens when you don't mix. You don't mix that dough back into the machine. What happens? This gets stuck. So we always want to mix it, and then so we can get it out of there. So we're just going to take this off real quick. So it should just pop right off. Hello.
Can I have an extra empty cup?
Yes. Here you go.
Awesome. Oh, and actually a fork.
Fork too? Yeah, you got it.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I made more money. All right, they're giving us lots and lots and lots of tips. So you can see this right here. Obviously, it might be a little difficult to get all this stuff out of here. So what we can do is extrude all that stuff so it the auger doesn't get stuck. So all that pasta is holding that thing in place. Right, normally you would mix this back, but you can also extrude it now that we're done making pasta. So that thing's nice and empty now. All right, so I recommend that everybody who has this big heavy piece of machinery, they get one of these. This is a tire iron, right? So what people were doing, they were taking this, they were going in here, and they were pulling that out. So two things that does. First, that puts too much pressure on these prongs and then they break. So we don't want to do that. Second, the wrench gets all bent and warped from it. So you get one of these and you can kind of go right. You can go, instead of going on the prongs, you just go right on the auger. Look at this, look at this. That's all it takes, guys. That's all it takes. You pull it out with your hand for the rest. All right, then we're gonna have to take the mixer out. Just it's the backward process of putting it in. So we take this piece out, take the mixer out. All right, comes right out, boom. All right, then we take this out. Let's move these trays of pasta real quick. Hold this real quick, please. Also, never forget, you gotta label every pasta so we know its expiration date. Unlabeled pasta will make us drop a letter grade in a food safety examination. We don't want to lose points. Right now we have an A and I want to keep it that way. So make sure you date and label everything every time. Alright guys, you're gonna want one of these. You're gonna want this pick right here with the 90-degree bend and the long one, not the short one, the long one, and the spatula. Take this out, you place it on here. It's very expensive, do not drop this. Put it here, this gets clean, etc. Get one of these guys, very helpful. It's like $5 at Harbor Freight. You're gonna want to climb up here. You're gonna want to put one of these right here. What we do now, we use a spatula to scrape down the inside of the hopper. This is called a hopper. Scrape all the residual dough off the machine. It only takes 5 minutes. Alright, then I use this piece, the back of it, to push all this stuff out. Alright, so we're mostly done with that. Order up. Alright, this part, everybody forgets this part. Everybody forgets this part, but it's very important. You take your 90-degree, well, everybody who hasn't been trained by me, I should say. So you take this angle, there's ridges inside of this tube that get stuck with pasta, right? So you take this, you find the groove, and you pull it out. That's the piece that was stuck in there. That'll get moldy inside the machine if you don't clean it. You want to sell mold? I don't. Take all those out. Alright, the next thing you want to do is you hit this. Get all this off. I highly recommend everybody buys a wire brush set, all right, because over time these ridges get full of pasta, right? And if nobody's cleaning these ridges out, what happens? When you put this ring on, it gets stuck on there, and then it's a pain to get it out, right? So I'm gonna get the wire brush real quick. See, I think it's in here. Yep. You want something like this. This is perfect. You know, maybe George Washington used to use this to clean his teeth. Scrape all this. All that pasta out of there. Just make sure that this stays nice and clean for the next time. And you do want to get all of it off. Don't leave nothing on there, because it just builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up. Next thing you know, you're calling Elliot because you can't get the ring off because it's stuck. Right? It's an easy step to take every single time. That ridge gets cleaned. Done. All right. So now we take this piece, the corner, climb back up here. And climb up here real quick, John. So you can see this thing's mostly clean, but there's little pieces right here that you need to gently take off, all right? Behind this pasta, there's a white plastic seal, right? And if you're over there going crazy on this thing, you're gonna break this seal. I think I heard one of the other stores saying that they were seeing oil down here. Right, they're seeing oil in this section right here, and I can't help but think that it's because they're doing a really good job cleaning the machine, but while they're doing it, they're just really going to town on those seals. They're really scraping those seals down, and those seals are made out of plastic, So you got to be really gentle when you're scraping that area to keep that seal from being compromised, right? It doesn't have to be super duper perfect, but we want to do the best job we can. You want to get right here too. This is where the white piece goes in. So you can see it's all dirty there. Scrape it down. Scrape it down. Get it off this piece. You can use your hands too. You know, I like using my hands just to be a little more gentle, especially around the seals. All right. Sorry. Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much what you want it to look like. All right. See, there's obviously still pasta on there, but like I said, I just don't want to compromise that seal. So we're very gentle with that part. We do the best we can just to scrape it off a little bit. See, nothing else is really coming out of that. So we don't want to keep scraping it until we don't, you know, you just don't want to do that. It's gonna stay like that. It has to stay like that. Obviously these pieces, get it out the best you can. You know, once you scrape it like 3 or 4 times, you're not gonna get anything else off of that. What you're gonna start doing, you're gonna start fraying the white piece. That white seal starts getting frayed, and that's that discoloration that you're seeing there. It's not because it's full of pasta, it's because it's fully frayed from people scraping the shit out of it. All right, so now I'm gonna show you a little trick. Go get another pitcher and fill it up with water. All right, so we're gonna look in here. We got all those walls off. You know, all these ridges had like these strings of pasta that get moldy if you leave them in there. So very important. This right here gets hit with like a sponge to clean it the best we can. In the meantime, just scrape it down. You can pretty much get most of it just doing that. All right. The most important part is, as far as this area is, as you can see, these are nice and clean. That gives us a good seal. You want those clean. Very time, right? So now I have this little trick. You put this pitcher here. All right. You put that pitcher there and get the water, you pour it in. All right, we're pouring in the water. It goes right in the pitcher. No mess. She wants pasta. All right. So while that's draining, I go ahead, I grab another one of these. And we're just going to repeat this cycle. Don't recycle the water. Grab new water every time. All right, and we'll just repeat. Do it again. All right, that's 2. I like doing it 3 times. As they say, 3rd time's a charm. Take this, dump it out. We don't want to recycle this water. We want new water. Do it one more time. All right, now I am certain that we have gotten 95% of all the stuff out of there. All right, it's looking pretty clean. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So the last step is just wiping this stuff down with some water. Easy. Grab some more water. You want to grab a brand new rag, okay? And then I like putting this picture right here. Let's turn off that machine because it's still on. All right, you want to turn off that machine as soon as possible, especially when you're pouring water all over it, right? So just take a wet rag, wipe the whole hopper down. All right, just wipe it down. Get inside this hole where the white piece goes so that it can stay in there. All right. Nice and clean, guys. This machine is our bread and butter. Alright, so if we look inside, we're looking good. Alright, so now what you want to do, there's little pieces and scraps in there from wiping it down. Right, so we're just one more time. All right, guys, that concludes the assembly of the AFX 90, the operation, the proper operation of the AFX 90, and the disassembly and cleaning of the AFX 90. I hope this video helps. Also, I'm gonna leave you guys with this note. Get an extra one of these. All right, this piece is like $20. 20 bucks. You can't use the machine without this piece, and this piece gets lost. All right, people will, this piece will get lost in every store. I don't care what anybody says, this piece will get lost at least one time, and you're absolutely screwed without it. So it's always good to have an extra. I always keep 2 extras because I like being safe. So that's it, guys. The last part is obviously this doesn't take, you know, a lot of smarts to do, some common sense. You just take the picking tools and you pick all this stuff off to make it easier to clean when it's in the dish pit. And then once this piece and this piece are both clean, the machine gets put back together, right? So this goes back in here every time. every time. Goes right back in there. This and this get scraped down, and then they get brought to the dish pit. The last part of the machine is, as you can see from the usage, it just gets really filthy, right? And this thing is like right on the window for everybody to see. So you gotta wipe this thing down with some stainless steel polish and make it look really, really pretty. And that's it, guys. Go down morals.